Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Metroid Prime Remastered. So we got our Morph Ball bombs, we got some missile expansions. It's time to go chase our next upgrade.
By which I mean we're going to do some weeding.
Yes.
And it's a big weed.
I know a lot of people on streams when this came out kind of got annoyed with Flagra because it's not really a boss in the traditional sense. It's more just hit the mirrors and, hit it.
Everyone's got to go through initiation.
And in this version, it's probably the easiest incarnation of the boss fight because it really was not designed for gyro or twin stick.
Nope.
You know, if I had a nickel for each classic GameCube game that featured using mirrors to get rid of an invasive animal or plant life, I would have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot, but I'm not going to finish the meme.
You're going to commit to the bit and then you were bought halfway. Ugh.
Yeah.
It's the BrainScratch way.
Well, it's funny, to go back to what I think Toe was talking about, I'm not sure if it was the last part or the part before, about when you're replaying this game, you tend to lose energy around Findrana.
Yeah. Well, it's mostly just because no, it's not Findrana. It's the mine. Is that the one?
Phase on Mines.
Phase on Mines. Okay, yeah.
That's about 4
Because you go there right after Findrana, right?
Second visit, yes.
Yeah, second visit. Yeah.
Okay. I will say when this came out, I didn't play it a lot because this version, I should say. I didn't play it a lot because this is going to sound like a complaint. I swear it's not. There's so many control customization options in this game. You can get the game to feel basically however you want. That's awesome. At that point, I was not mentally ready to try to get the game to control exactly the way I wanted it to, which would be like something comparable to Splatoon. And so I only played it for like an hour. So I haven't gone far in this game. I haven't gone far in Prime in quite a while, but generally when I tried to play it, I would get pretty tired around the mid-game point where you go to the Chozo mines and whatnot.
I mean, for me here, it's normally just because of muscle memory. It's like, okay, Y is B for me. No, it's not. The button's not mapped the same here. It's like, but what the fuck? It's like, but you're supposed to play this with a GameCube controller, right? It's like, no, my GameCube has Bluetooth. I use modern controllers on my GameCube.
That's I'm not sure if they released a fix for it, but when Remaster initially came out, you had to work a bit to get GameCube working, on the Switch version. Because the game didn't recognize GameCube with the Switch, the Smash adapter. I clearly remember having to go into the system settings for the Switch and map my buttons so it makes sense on the GameCube. But because the GameCube does not have a ZL button, it only has ZR. You're losing some functionality of one feature. I forget what it was though.
Wouldn't that be
CL? No, because you could do that to L. The only thing I'm thinking one of them will be used on the L thing. I think it was like camera centering.
Maybe. But I remember you having to jump through a couple of hurdles to get GameCube controller to work on the remaster, and I think it got patched. I might be misremembering that.
No, I do think it was patched. It was only a very tiny patch not long after release, I think.
But I love this game to death. It's just one of my favorite 3D FPS exploration, first person adventure. I think that was the genre being thrown around this time.
That was the name they were calling it. Yeah.
Yeah, but even I do get. By the time I get to the phase on mines, I'm a little exhausted because I find the trip to the phase on mines, again from a casual experience, to be pretty exhausting. It's a very meandering point in the game, and I mean,
even when you're
to me. I think my least favorite part of Prime is when you have to leave the phase on mines to get the X-ray visor and you got to come back to the phase on mines.
I mean, I normally use that time to do cleanup because I've got to go back that far anyway.
Yeah.
But even in if you're doing a speed run where you, let's say, you're skipping Spider Ball and Grapple Beam, getting in and out of the phase on mines is a hell of a lot more tedious.
When you're playing the game as intended, you go to the phase on mines, and then you have to get the X-ray beam. Remind me, where is the X-ray visor?
It is in Talon.
Talon Overworld.
It is in Talon Overworld.
Not far from where you first come in from the phase on mines. There's also a Chozo artifact there.
Walk all the way back to the very beginning of the game.
If you're going straight from just getting the grapple beam at the point where you need to go, it is, hold on, let me work this out. It is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 rooms away.
just for you to immediately go back to the mines so you can ride those invisible platforms where the Metroids are in the phase-on area. Like,
and then you get to the next room, and then it's like, what's this red door? Oh, fuck, I need plasma beam.
yeah. Like, it is, I would say out of everything in Prime, that is, I think that's the low point of the world's design, because it's like, I felt this could have been designed better.
I mean, that's why when I design my own route that I do casually on the original version, I design it so when we do phase-on mines, we only have to do one loop.
Yeah.
And that's the route I showed you when you streamed it a few years back.
So refresh your memory. Was that the one that involved the scan dashing across the spider ball track in Magmore Caverns?
Yep, that was one way to get in.
Okay.
We also did it at the start of the phase on mines to do early grapple beam because you found. Well done.
There was an idea.
Yep. Because as you scan dash to the top of the room to skip the morph ball puzzle there, and you found the two wave troopers just vibing and not reacting to you.
Yeah, because you bypassed the trigger.
Yeah, because their trigger's one floor down.
Exactly. Shit. What's she doing up there?
I
Just
did
ignore her.
change my route.
She'll ignore you.
I did change my route since then, and we instead get in the phase on mines at the exact halfway point by coming in backwards through Magmore. And surprisingly, that's even quicker. Because the only thing
when I get to recording this game again for that video, like I was gonna do a playthrough on OG release and remaster. So if you want to join me for the OG remaster, so you can refresh your memory on some of these tricks, just for the sake of
sure, I've got no issues with that.
We can fucking crack it open in two.
Yeah, that's no issue. I mean, I've got my own recordings there as well, so we can use that for reference. So I can get you on my new route.
I cut you off earlier though. What were you saying before?
I can't remember now.
See, you're fitting in great.
Look, I'm ill.
Yeah, we don't usually have that excuse.
Oh, I see. Skill issue, is it? All right, well, sleep with one eye open tonight. Then
ill issue.
Ill issue. Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is me having a brain fart with the last.
So we were playing pinball.
Listen, Ryan, I don't feel bad. I do this in this room all the time. All the time too. I fall like 5 times every time.
Well, it's funny because actually, because what we're doing now is we're scanning a specific number of rooms to get the place to open. The previous room that also had more rooms to scan, I struggle more in that than I do here. Because here I pretty much have remembered like the back of my hand. But the other one, I tend to like brain fart out. The place where you get the charge beam.
Yeah. No, it's the opposite for me. The charge beam one I know just fine. Here is the one I have trouble with.
I mean, the way I normally route it, we do this one first, just to save a bit of time on the way back. Because I have double jump at this point, so I can just go, oh, this, yeah, ding, 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 done, great. Still need more 4 bombs, though. However, on the original version, I don't think you can do it here, and I think they patched it in 1.1. The gate you just lowered, if you do a triple bomb jump in the original, you can just go straight over it and skip it. Not easy, though.
Yes, you can.
And we're called up to one of the more infamous revision changes from here, Flagra, who whose audio sequence didn't work properly until PAL.
Which I thought was so strange because, again, my initial experience was the original NTSC release. So I always thought Flagra's theme was creepy, but it was also like, this loops after like 20 seconds. So when I replayed the game again in Trilogy, which fixed the issue, I get to actually hear the full theme for once, and I was creeped out again. It was like, wow, I don't remember this part of the song at all. And this sounds pretty foreboding.
So GameCube audio's like divided into 3 types. You've got Music X or X audio if you want to feel old, and that's like what this game mostly uses. So it's like, as you would expect it in most CD-based systems or disc-based ones, it's where you can do your sequencer and all that jazz. Then you've got DTK, that's like audio streaming off the disc. That's a bit more strenuous for the GameCube. But that's like for voice acting and that. Or like cutscene audio. And then you have what we call U-code, and that's only by Nintendo games, so strictly first-party stuff. And that's like Luigi, Sunshine, the Zeldas, and they've all got different revisions, and they have like little extra features like context sensitivity triggers. Boy, that was a bastard to reverse engineer over 15 years ago for everyone involved.
So, like, do you know exactly why the music glitched in the original release?
Off the top of my head, no. There should be a note somewhere where I could probably find it. I will go look for it in a second. With Flagra in the GameCube version, there's a way to quick kill it. Like, you have to do what you just
I
did
know
there,
what
the
you're
first
talking
kill.
about. Yeah.
You have to do that legit. There's no way around that. But after this hit, if you just stun it, just for sake of ease, and then position yourself, it was either on the left or the right side of each morph ball tunnel, go counterclockwise around it, you can hit the morph ball slot hitboxes without having to do all this nonsense. And it saves like 5-10 minutes.
Samus doesn't need to physically be inside the slot. It's just looking for a morph ball explosion. So if you can just position Samus close enough to it and launch a morph ball bomb, you can skip everything after the first hit.
So, like, the thing that Ryan just did there, where he shot one of the things down, one of the mirrors down, without, like, just, like, at a glance from halfway across the room. It's certainly probably possible in the GameCube version, but it's a pain in the ass.
Yeah, the way to do it there would be like you'd have to aim yourself correctly, lock it in with L, and then just charge and hope you basically hit. If you've got gyro or twin stick on Wii, it's so much easier because you can just free ball it.
Yeah, no, that's part of why going back to the original Prime controls on GameCube is so awkward, because I love that precision. And granted, like John mentioned before, yes, the game's designed around lock-on, so like you never really need to aim all that much in the original Prime.
Not really at all, because the lock-on just does all the work for you, but go ahead.
Yeah, it's just, I appreciate having that much more control over my surroundings, and it's just, it feels more smooth and less clunky than like, okay, finding the thing and snapping to lock on.
Also, real quick, did they change that for Trilogy and Remaster? Because if you saw that, Ryan did a pretty fucking cool trick shot with the missile and hit the satellite, hit the dish from the front, and it counted.
No, you can do that in the original as well. The hitbox is very generous on the bottom of those satellites. Single
I
full
was under
charge.
the assumption that you had to hit the obvious fuck me light in the back of the dish.
No, as long as it's anywhere on the actual bottom of that satellite part where the fuck me light is, it will count because the hitbox is just a cube.
Yeah, it's pretty big. So here it's significantly easier to use the missiles from afar like this.
Oh, look at that. Fucking today I learned 22 years after the fact.
Like, this fight probably, even if you're just playing casually like this, probably takes 5 minutes less time for a normal player than because you're able to do that. Anyway, buy Flagra. Also, fun fact, when you're playing Pokemon and you breed Venusaur and Scyther, this is what pops out of the egg.
Same music, too, which is really creepy. It's like the last thing you expect.
So for the music book, I actually do have the explanation now. I managed to find some tech notes on it.
What do you got?
It's not really anything fancy. It's not a case of, it's a looping issue. It's just the fact that the audio file on the disc is just the wrong one.
Oops.
It's the file itself is broken. If you take one from a later revision and put it back in its place on revision 0 without changing any code, it works fine.
That
More
is
importantly,
interesting, though.
more importantly, we got shoulder pads.
Now I can look like a power shell in the 80s.
Oh man, guys, Samus is T-posing at us to assert dominance.
I mean, yeah, she did. Well, the plant is, was.
Yeah, I know. Actually, yeah, she's just doing a Fortnite thing right now.
The whole 15
Master Chief, when he fucking kills somebody, just teabags the body. Samus just T-poses, but also floats in midair as a flex.
So, listen, I know that, like, the stupid shoulder pads, like, I know that they're, like, they don't make any sense. Samus's design just does not look right without them. Like, at least, when you're looking at this.
You need the Varia shoulders. Yeah, the Varia shoulders are, at this point, iconic. And you know what? It's one of those things where I make my own context for why she has those for the Varia suit. Because the Varia suit you associate not only with its orange color scheme, but it also protects you from heat. And I, in my head canon, like to think that the shoulders are full of AC units. Like they're
fans or something.
They're fans or something that helps cool down the suit itself.
Samus doesn't even have liquid cooling? Wow. Shake my head.
Liquid cooling in this economy? We were talking about how she doesn't make much money at all, Ted. She can't afford the iPad Pro.
Well, Ryan, I appreciate the attempt to get the early artifact.
Yeah, I was about to say, speedrunners will go down to the bottom of this and then climb their way back up because that triggers the Chozo ghost spawning in the Flagra room.
Oh, I hate the Chozo ghosts. They like
No one
I
likes
played
them.
this. When did this game come out? 2002. I think
2002.
I got it 2003, so I was 10 years old when I played this game for the first time. Chozo ghosts freak me the fuck out. Man, I don't know what it is about these guys.
Booga booga.
Well, it's just also that they like scream at you and come out of freaking nowhere, and it's like they're
Amazing.
also a pain in the ass to kill too, which also doesn't help with that.
They come out of nowhere and scream at me. Wow, sounds like my cousins. When they drop in unannounced. Oh, dear me.
God,
We
this
have a
game is
missile
beautiful.
pack and an energy tank to get before we end the part, so pretty easy to get.
Yeah, I think this is where they intended you to learn how to do multi-bomb jumping.
Yep.
Yeah, because otherwise, how the hell do you even reach that?
As you can't exactly damage boost off an enemy for that one.
No. Maybe if I can get a Chozo ghost to follow me here.
The Chozo ghost got scared. Not because we're in the alley. It's because we're in this insert room name here. It's...
Looks at the room named Alley. Damn it.
Oh, like, I didn't know.
And I think this is the only example in this game of a one-way door. Like, if you go just far enough,
yeah,
it shuts and you can't activate it from outside.
that's very strange.
It's a strange one-way door. The only other time I can think that happens
Metroid in the Amazing Mirror.
Oh God!
was Prime.
Please no.
I mean, you could do that on NSO now that it's got actually decent multiplayer.
We know.
Decent? Absolutely not.
No, we did a charity event last year with the NSO version of Amazing Mirror, and
It's unplayable. It's so bad.
It was an experience.
Listen. It was. There was so much input delay and lag. It was literally one of the worst experiences I've on the Switch was trying to play that.
Better or worse than Squeak Squad?
No, so listen, Squeak Squad is like the most 6 out of 10 game ever made. But it's like, at least it's fine, you know, like it's not like incredibly engaging or anything, but it's you know, it plays. It is a Kirby game. You know, I wouldn't be extremely upset trying to play that, but if I was, God, no, playing Amazing Mirror with that input lag made me want to throw things. It was awful.
We'll explore the Magmore Mines, the next part of Metroid Prime. See you guys all later. Bye-bye.